So one regular repeat visit to your legislators every year are questions about fishing and hunting regulations, and we have one this week as well. And this happens to be from a viewer in the Bloomington area and wants to know whether or not senators and representatives support phasing out lead from hunting and fishing. So let's start with you, Representative Rasmussen. What do you think?
It's an important issue. Up in my area, I think we definitely have opinions on both sides. I would say our hunters and fishermen are the most important stewards of our environment, and so this is an issue that oftentimes a lot of them care about and are switching away from lead. But I also know there's concerns around availability, cost, how it's actually going to be enforced, and so I think it's an important topic for us to discuss and look at. But I think it's also important to recognize that people who enjoy fishing in Minnesota, our hunters, are already looking at these alternatives on their own because they really care about the environment and being good stewards of our natural resources.
Do you think, just in fairness to the viewer's question, do you think this is a bill that is likely to see some action in this session, or is this something that is more likely to be addressed in the full legislative session, which of course is always in the even-numbered year?
I guess I would be surprised if this issue traveled on its own, and so I think would probably be more likely to be a part of a broader discussion on policy and budget issues, more likely next year. But you never know until the final gavel goes down, Justice Anderson.
Senator Howe, lead in fishing and hunting. What do you think?
Well, the problem with it is we struggled. If any of you have ever been a hunter, and I've been a hunter all my life, this past year was very difficult to find any ammunition, whether it was bismuth, whether it was lead, whether it was steel, didn't make any difference. We've already outlawed the use of lead shot in waterfowl because when you use waterfowl, usually you sit in one place and you're shooting over a body of water. That's not the case with upland hunting, and usually you're walking along and it's not in one spot, so the lead doesn't get concentrated and usually doesn't cause a problem when you're hunting pheasants or grouse and upland game. It's usually not an issue. I think it's not as big a problem as some folks think it is. But right now, I don't think is the right time to do it when we're already faced with the rising cost of ammunition and the availability. So I think it might be a better idea if we do it later. But they've got to come up with some different avenues for different alternatives that work as well as lead, because not all of it works as well as lead does. Steel doesn't do quite as good. Bismuth is much better, but it's extremely expensive, and it's going to actually price out a lot of folks that would normally be able to go hunting. They just can't afford $50 a box of 25 to go out and you're not guaranteed to hit anything. There's a lot of air around those birds when you're trying to hit them. So I wish I could say every time I pull a trigger, I harvest something, but that's not the case. So, in order you can't afford to go buy, to spend $2 a shell when you're not always as prolific when you're hunting as you'd like to be.
Well, I don't pretend to be an expert on this. All I'll say is that the very nice World War II veteran that taught shotguns and shooting to 13-year-old Barry Anderson, after watching me shoot for a while, suggested I find a different hobby, and I've pretty much followed his advice. Senator Hoffman, do you want to talk a little bit about lead shot and lead fishing equipment?
Absolutely. It was on this show, Barry. Kerry Rude, Senator Rude from the Lakes area, talked about we had this. It was like the same exact question, you guys, that came up, right? And so she took her husband out. They went shopping because he said to her, lead is less expensive. Those non-lead bullets are more expensive, a lot more. So she, honest to God, she took him out and hit all these stores and went shopping and found that there wasn't that much difference in it, right? And then highlighted, and there's a report that was just put out. The University of Minnesota Raptor Center was part of that this past year, and there's 38 states that were part of this report, folks, and 48% of the bald eagles all had lead poisoning in them, high levels of lead poisoning. Matter of fact, the Raptor Center, and the statistics that come in there is that 85 to 90% of the eagles that come into their hospital, and they get, you guys, you got to go there. You got to see this Raptor Center. It's just absolutely amazing right here at the University of Minnesota on the St. Paul campus. But 85 to 90% of the eagles that came into their hospital have some level of lead in their blood. And here's the thing that's I think something to really think about is that the X-rays then show fragments of lead bullets in their stomachs. And so if there's a correlation between that and this, then maybe we should all start looking at what those alternatives are. And to the good senator from the central part of the state would say, right now there's a supply and demand. But Barry, if you want to get on Highway 10 and cruise out through Coon Rapids to beautiful downtown Anoka, there's this place called Federal Cartridge right on the street called Hoffman Way. If you want to go in there and there's no payola in that, by the way, Jennifer and Jordan. So there's a different.
We should do
Is the
another
highway
tour
named
there.
after, is the street named after you, Senator Hoffman, or
No.
Representative Schultz? Much as we enjoyed our detour into the Federal Cartridge location, maybe you could talk a little bit about the lead shot and lead fishing issues.
Yeah, so I was going to mention the Raptor Center and how sad it is to see those bald eagles with lead poisoning and they're dying. And we have many bills to ban lead ammunition, bait and tackle. And what I'm told from the representatives that lead this initiative is that they're not going to be able to get those bills through the Senate. So it is very sad that we can't eliminate lead, because any amount of lead is dangerous, not just for animals, very dangerous for humans as well. So I think it's time to replace that lead with other materials which are available and affordable, as Senator Hoffman has said. In fact, the materials science department at the University of Minnesota Duluth, they have come up with a lead alternative that's been very successful. So I know there are products out there and our scientists are working on it.